They're
like
just
the rug pulling and stuff.
Yeah, there's no.
I mean, you do a KYC. I seen KYCs on PinkCell, mate. It's just some random homeless guy doing a video in front of a McDonald's. You know, you cannot believe that passes for a KYC. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, so when you go to the more legitimate launch pads, like Paid Network, for instance, like if you want to launch on Paid Network, you got to have like an interview. You've got to show a pitch deck. You've got to convince them that your project is worthy of launching on their launch pad, and it's not an easy process. It's like,
that's what Layer 1X is doing, really, isn't it? It's obviously going to make sure it's
yeah, there's
really
going to be some scrutiny behind it, because at the end of the day, like if you're a legitimate launch pad, you want to have credibility. Like PinkCell doesn't have any credibility at all.
No, definitely not. And it's not even PinkCell themselves, you know. They just let it happen, you know. We went on Solpad, and like you said, had to do the interview, had to give my ID, everything like that, had to show the wallets and all this other stuff, you know, the contract, everything was SAFU and KYC and everything like that. But a real KYC, not the one from PinkCell. But it is big, mate. It has massive volume. If you do a pre-sale on PinkCell, it's not hard to raise a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, in the bull run, I mean, it's going to make a lot of money. But then, the one on because the thing is, Layer 1X's launchpad. It's not Layer 1X doing the launchpad. It's a third party working with Layer 1X, because like Layer 1X doesn't want to be responsible for, because at the end of the day, Layer 1X is the blockchain, isn't it? It's not here to provide all the utility and all the projects. It's just what it sits on top of. So I know there's a company that are going to be doing the launchpad for Layer 1X. And I think it's one that's probably already kind of got some traction out already. I don't know if it's a lot. I don't know if it's an existing launchpad, or they're just coming over and integrating into Layer 1X, or it's something that's brand new that's being developed. But FA will have something to do with it, because FA is like the mastermind behind OnChain, Deagle Labs. He made all the connections to bring them on board. So I reckon, the launchpad is going to be, pretty decent. I reckon it'll already have projects lining up to launch on it once it gets started.
I hope so.
I would just swing trading a project, and I started talking, and some sells come in. I were going to buy, and I lost my train of thought, and then they've had three big buys come in, which has just priced me out. I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, well, that might not happen now. We're whitelisted on the platinum and stuff. We'll be the first.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see what the amount is as well. Like, because platinum's guaranteed allocation, but typically then, normally you'll have a different tier. Like if you start looking at launch pads, like they'll have like your tiers, which is lotteried and then guaranteed, but then you'll have another set of tiers which is guaranteed, but how many what's your limit? What can you buy? So like say like 10,000 L1X would let you buy 1,000 L1X worth of tokens, or 50,000. And like the more L1X you've got, the more you can buy into the project. I don't know if they're doing that or not, or is it just basically your platinum? You've got a max cap of what each person can buy, and that's it.
Oh, has he got a giveaway Twitter sharing bit page? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, bro. Your audio went off then.
Oh.
It's on now. I can hear you now. It just went off.
Yeah, have you shared you had one of the day one giveaway? Have we written up a day two?
Not this second. I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna stop being a DJ.
And then LMFG's been he's live commenting.
LMFG, we need you in the chat, brother. You're always dude. In fact, LMFG, go get your guitar, and and dude, bring your friend in, your buddy who used to be a drummer for Bon Jovi, and we'll get an L1X band going.
And I've got the banjo. I'll go get that.
Holy crap!
Hey,
We're going to have a musical.
How much was that? So you had 2 ELNs on $5. How much was that yearly?
So the
Sorry,
so two ELNs at $5 is 105K a year.
105, so 100K.
Yeah, that's for 2 ELNs. And then the FVNs, like for one FVN at $5, that's 200K. That's the thing, though. What I want to get some clarity on, because if you look at the calculator, it makes more sense to have ELNs than full validator nodes.
Yeah, I should have just got like 25 ELNs.
Yeah,
because
like you look at,
and you need 25 laptops or computers, whatever.
Yeah, no, I won't be running anything. I'll be
get one room set up, one sauna room, make it really hard.
No, someone else can have that. I'll be on some beach somewhere.
Yeah, you'll be. I can imagine you, Walker, like literally buying a souped up Breaking Bad kind of trailer, and just touring Australia with your I don't know, your teacher and everything.
No, I don't really like long drives because I had the cancer and the lymph nodes removed out of my legs, so that the leg doesn't really like holding the accelerator for long times. So I'll just hop on the plane and be like, right, where's me lunch?
Where am I going? Where are we going today, guys?
Where are we going on the Layer? We just have to hop on the Layer 1X plane or the Layer 1X ship.
Yeah, where are we going? Where are we going, mate? Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Yeah, we'll be able to like get a private jet down to Albany just for the afternoon.
Yeah, fishing
go to Bells Rapids. No, what's it called? Elephant Rocks or whatever.
Elephant Rocks, yeah. And eat some March flies and go fishing.
Yeah, I like it down there, like Denmark and Albany. It's beautiful down there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
We
might be able to definitely have a holiday home there. That's for sure.
Yeah, I went camping down to Denmark, and what's that other place near the Elephant Rocks? The that where you can go out on that ramp over all the water. It's got like a platform out. I can't think what it's called. It's beautiful down there.
Yeah, there's all nice down there. It's really nice. A really nice retirement area, I think. And then if you get bored of it, you can always have another retirement place up in the hills, down in the beach, in the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harry, thanks for the shout out, mate.
No worries.
He's putting something in the private chat. He's thinking it's coming up on the live feed down here on the right.
Oh, he's in the private chat.
Yeah, now I gave him the YouTube link. I say when you put the message there, but my message ain't coming up. How's that?
You don't need to go to YouTube. You just go to the chat.
Yeah, it only took me 15 hours to realize that.
Oh.
Can you not see the chat?
Yeah, I can see the chat, but how do you put the message in?
You just press it and it brings up the chat bar. In fact, I'll make it overlay. So if you look now, I'll change the screen.
Because sometimes if you do a comment, you just comment on the thing, not actually chatting.
I still cannot see it. I mean, I don't see a box to put a message in.
See that pop up on screen now?
Yeah, I see you, but where do you put it in?
On Twitter. You have to go to Twitter. It only took me 15 hours to figure this out.
Yeah, I figured it out on YouTube, but YouTube is not coming through.
I'm not sure on YouTube, but I did Twitter.
Oh,
yeah, I'm seeing comments. I'm seeing comments from I'm seeing comments from Ari on YouTube, and Cryptopreneur is messaging on Twitter. So Twitter's coming through as well. We're getting YouTube comments and Twitter comments. How you going, Skippy mate?
How you going, Skippy mate? I'm looking for a Sheila. Hey, Crypto Walker, you got a Sheila for me?
What do you think about the chat? What do you think about the chat being on screen now? Did it make it look a little bit more engaging seeing it on screen?
Yeah, he's on Crypto. He's on your YouTube channel, and his messages are coming in, and mine are not.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, try Twitter.
LMFG's got his guitar. He's ready to go. He's just.
Hopefully, he's got some background music.
He's got to jump off. One sec.
No, I see. I'm on the wrong one. I think I'm on the.
You must be just commenting on something.
It's not the live one. Yeah, this is the live one. Yeah. Right. Let's try this. So, where are the comments, mate? Comments are turned off here for me. Huh?
Yeah.
That's strange. Did you turn off the comments on YouTube?
No, I don't think you would have. Mr. Zach Forward, don't you have the Twitter? Don't need it, bud. Can you hear us, Zach?
You get an echo.
Hello.
Oh, well, fuck it. Hey, shit, guys. I got to wake the missus up. She's got to go to work. I'm going to drop out.
Someone's got to go to work, eh?
Yeah, not me.
Why I could see two screens here?
None of us.
All right. You guys have some fun. Catch you later.
See you, bud.
See you, mate.
Be good, Skippy.
Hey, I could see two.
On there?
We'll wait till Crypto Cypher comes back and we can get a little shout out to the Mr. Zach.
Link was no, it was in OG and Apex channel.
Oh, now I'm there. And you guys don't hear me?
Oh,
yeah,
there he is. Where's your background music?
Yeah.
I turned it down. And now you hear
the
me.
music.
Okay, now that was weird.
I don't know why I've got two chats up.
And Skippy jumped.
There were two chats.
Why is it two chats?
Huh?
You had to minus the chat thing.
Can you see two charts there, LMFG?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty excited, getting closer to Tuesday, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
Wonder what it's going to decide. Who knows?
I'm just wondering if ELN rewards are too high. What about the full validator now?
Yeah, no, the rewards aren't too high.
So LMFG, I think because you've come in, right, and because you're going to get your guitar out, I think we've got a special person waiting to come in.
No,
just to
no.
listen to you play. Yeah, we've got someone special to come in.
I don't play the guitar.
We've got my mate Zach Forwards listening.
Hey, Matthew.
Give him a little shout out, Psycho.
I'm just going to turn off these comments. One sec.
Oh.
I see.
Hey,
Crypto
Matthew. How you doing?
with his Joe.
Oh, Matthew.
Matthew is in the house.
Hi, man.
I turned the comments off because it weren't showing all the screen. Good to
Yeah,
good for you to jump in, Matthew. Nice to have you here.
there he is.
Cheers.
We could have him in. We can be in the duck race now.
Alpha here.
I think your audio might be off, Matthew. I'll turn you
my
up.
apologies, guys. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yep.
we've got you loud and clear.
Oh, perfect. Happy Easter, everybody. I hope everyone's enjoying the couple of days and bit of time with family. We've been busy. I've been kind of going from family to work, as you can imagine, right, with the pending launch. But it's great. I think, you know, having the community AMA, I know it was something you were passionate about, Crypto Psycho. So I think this is brilliant. I'm in now. I'm probably only in for about 10, 15 minutes, but I'm going to try and come back in again to later on this afternoon tonight, and then also tomorrow. I'll give a pop in my head and catching up with everybody. So how's it all going?
It's going
So
good.
one big family.
Well,
Yeah, it's going
Everybody
good.
having a
Right?
good old time.
Yeah, we're trying to get some music going. So like LMFG is good on the guitar.
No,
Walker's
no.
Walker's
You keep
got
saying
his
that.
banjo.
No, dude, I'm not. Look, hey, that's a 10-key span. I used to play the piano, but
The
that's
piano.
years ago, dude. I'm
I
talking
reckon.
years ago with Bon Jovi.
I reckon you could whip out the harmonica.
Yeah, have you got any musical instruments, Matthew? Have you got any musical talents?
I reckon you could whip out the harmonica.
Yeah, you know, I can drum. I actually got a set of bongos in the corner, and I was trying to practice. And guess what? I called my buddy James and said, "No way in hell I can tap with my little pick on the bench and my hands, and I could probably be an orchestra, you know, an orchestrator with voice and stuff. That's my music. That's it. I don't play instruments, man. It sucks. I was really stupid. I never got into it, you know. It was, and then I got married and had kids. It was like, there was no way. I was buying my kids instruments and got them into the pianos. My kids both can play the piano. My son got into the horns for a while, and they both gave it up.
Yeah, nice. The horns, like a Viking. They're like Viking, eh?
So you don't play any instruments, Matty?
Yeah, no, I've dabbled a bit with the guitar. I was in a band in my early 20s, and we actually released an EP of original songs, just something local. You know, nothing published or anything like that. But we did a bit of that. I was singing in it. I'm average at guitar, and I'm average at singing. So we sold about 100 of the EPs, and that was it. But that was my stint.
Is that in the public domain? Is there?
Hell no! I'm not going to give you any more information.
That's in That's going to be on Google. If we research Matthew Rudolph, musician, you've got to come up somewhere, surely.
Yeah, no. But I think, and like you were saying, LMFG, like your kids have tried it, and maybe they stay with it, maybe they don't. But I think having a little bit of music at some stage in your life, I think is really good. I think, for the creativity, for your own expression. Crypto Walker, I think I saw you with a guitar earlier when I kind of was...
A banjo, yeah.
Banjo, there you go.
You need the banjo up in the hills, yeah.
Yeah, there you go, mate. There you go.
Bit of deliverance.
Well, we got you on the banjo. We got LMFG on the piano, and then
and then Matthew, we already know you can sing, so we've got you on the vocals. With that.
Well, I'm more of a backup. I reckon I'm not that good. So maybe Ronak, what's your singing voice like, mate?
What have you got, Crypto Psycho? You got a triangle or a recorder or?
He's got a ditch. He's got a didgeridoo. Crypto Cycles on the ditch, the banjo, and the G's on the piano. There you go.
Yeah.
This
I've got a guitar. I just can't play it very well. I'm literally learning chords. Learning chords. We're having a bit of fun yesterday. Joey Ento was like in the chat, and he's created a Telegram group for Layer 1x's first meme coin. So Joey Ento's already on it. It's called the interoperable beard.
Yeah, with a hat.
I just posted a link, and that's called the Mothers and Mother Fathers. My buddy started a school about 25 years ago. This is, if you look and scroll down there, my best friend is my brother, James McGrath. He's the original drummer from Bon Jovi. We used to hang out in his mother's garage in Sayreville, where they would practice and everything. And we would go hang out at the clubs and all. So I was always around the music, you know what I mean? And around all this, everybody just always playing. And it was pretty cool, man, to be in that, you know? And as soon as they cut their first album, they cut James because James wouldn't put on makeup and wear leather pants. James was like me, you know, you got a leather jacket or a flannel on. That's it. You know what I mean? The beard, ain't putting no makeup on.
If James had to start again, would he do it?
We would just be hanging out, and Bon Jovi and the guys, it would be on like a Tuesday night, and we're just hanging out in the garage or something, and they got their makeup on and stuff. And I'm like, what the hell? They're getting
into character. That's what they're doing. You've not seen Matthew, Mike, and Matthew in the offices trying on the Power Ranger outfits. What they've been delivered.
Chief is a good singer, eh?
Well, I don't know. It depends. I mean, maybe if you ask him, but maybe we'll be the judge of that, eh? We'll let him tell us.
We'll decide.
Yeah, exactly.
He might be.
Any alpha, sir?
That'd be wicked to see him play the horn.
Ronak's doing Joey Ento's job. He's asking for alpha, Matthew.
Oh,
yeah.
To be honest, I did the same with Cody yesterday. So Cody were like sharing some of the UI UX kind of things for the different projects what they're going to be using. So we got something out of him.
Yeah, I can give you a little bit of alpha in terms of what we've also starting to look at and starting to talk with as well. We're looking to I think and I think most people know, but for those who don't, the interoperability will allow you to issue tokens on any chain, and you can have your liquidity source anywhere. So you could have your liquidity on Polygon, and now you're issuing tokens on BNB and you're capturing users on any chain we're connected to. So what we're actually doing now is we're actually in talks with partnerships with DEXs as well on other chains. And so what we want to create is a situation where you can trade L1X, on centralized exchanges, on BNB, on Ethereum, on AVAX. And it's actually what it is let's say for BNB, the BEP20, it's the BEP20 version of L1X. It's the ERC20 version of L1X on ETH. And so what it is that it's actually native L1X on these chains, but the value of that L1X is stored in the liquidity on L1X. So I think for us to do that with L1X is a great use case to show everyone else that this is what you can do. Now you can actually issue a token on AVAX, purchase it with AVAX, and keep your L1X token on AVAX. If you want to then go ahead and transfer that L1X to another chain, what the tech will do, it will burn and then mint the AVAX on another chain. So there's no need to go into, because we have so many, the flexibility with the interoperability is insane. We're talking to projects that I want to burn and mint, I want to exchange, I want to verify. You can do any of those. But what we're going to set up with L1X now is that you move it anywhere, you can buy it anywhere with any token on any chain, and it's native to that chain. And so we now started in talks with quite a few different DeFi projects to now start to spread L1X out on these multiple chains. So I think probably the perfect example is WETH, right? Wrapped ETH. It's pretty much everywhere. But the restriction on that, where you start to get this wrapped ETH starts to become limited, is that it's also bound by the liquidity on the native chain where the wrapped ETH is, right? And then when you start to try and update the value of that, that's when it becomes extremely expensive. With us, it's very easy to continue to update the value of L1X across those chains because we have the single liquidity source, or it doesn't have to be single, but we have the single liquidity source, and our smart contracts can continually talk to each other to update the value of the L1X. And also we have the opportunity now to have it on Solana and any other chain we connect to. So it really, and how does that benefit community? How does that benefit adoption? How does that benefit L1X holders? It means that when we go into a DEX, so for example, there's, you could have tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of monthly active users on each DEX. And now by providing a liquidity pair on that DEX, now we get exposure to those users, right? And so it's a perfect example of what projects can do by using L1X as the use case first, because any project can do this.
Hey, Matau, quick. This is with a single contract address.
So what it is that you have the native contract addresses. So you have a native L1X contract address on BNB. You have a native L1X contract address on AVAX. So you have these contract addresses for L1X, but those contract addresses communicate to the asset registry, which basically then sends out and communicates and coordinates these tokens, right? Coordinates their value, coordinates their movement, coordinates their utility. And so, it's the first use case, and I think it's ideal that we show it with L1X. It's the first use case of a multi-chain token that can be managed through a one asset registry, and that's exactly what Red Curry's building as well, and that's what got them so excited. Yeah,
freaking beautiful, brother, beautiful.
Yeah, I see a question there. I see a question from Cryptic V. Have you guys seen the new L1DEX update and news? Can Matthew comment on this new info on L1DEX decision to launch with their own emissions token as opposed to using the native L1X token?
Yeah, look, I can give you an update. So we've been talking with the L1DEX guys. We're still talking with them. We're still working with them. So basically, for us, it was big for them to be able to have the code open source before they started building, right? And we respect that. But for us, we are not going to open source the code before we launch. Imagine if you had something that no one else had, and you had it locked in a cupboard, right? No one else had it, and you wanted to release it, and there was a release.
Fried chicken.
Yeah, it's the secret recipe, right? But the release date, but then you would basically then allow people into that cupboard to see, copy, analyze that thing before you released it. It's just the risk. We've all been here. We've all been on the journey for a long time. The last thing we want to do is have that code out before it's launched, if someone else forks it. It's just too risky. So while we respect that and they respect us, of course, that's fine. And so that's why we move with. That's why they've decided to do that, and they've decided to go with their own token. Look, I think nothing changes between the fact that we believe in those guys. We believe in that they're a great team. So what we'll be doing, though, with that in mind, we'll be basically having an initial DEX structure where there'll be liquidity pools, which will be incentivized by L1X coin. There'll be there'll be the swaps, which the liquidity pools will feed into that. And so it's very much, I don't know, for those of you who have been around for a few years, when the Luna ecosystem and I know I use them for a couple of examples, and obviously sometimes it's not a great example because they ended up crashing. But what they did extremely well, they did actually set that ecosystem up with so many really strong components. It's the algorithm and the pegging to the Luna UST token that became their downfall. But what they did is they worked with like
Anchor Protocol, didn't they were working with as well.
Yeah, and TerraSwap. So TerraSwap was their first kind of initial liquidity sort of DEX provider, right? TerraSwap, and they went out with that. And then after that, the other DEXs started launching. Astroport launched. Now they moved to the Cosmos SDK because of what happened to Luna. So basically, we'll provide that at the start, and then the L1 DEX team will start to develop their DEX after that. Once they have the code, and once they've got to look on the code. But look, I think it's just the case that we respect their decision, they respect our decision, and they can understand why you don't want to open source a code so someone else can copy it before you actually launch it. This is really important, right? And when we look at first mover advantage, it can often be understated, right? And so we have to make sure we capitalize on that first.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. You need that bit of network effect to kick in, don't you? So you've got that adoption off the get go.
But if I can, if I look at the first month of launch, in terms of access to L1X coin, you're going to get it from multiple different places. So you have the CEXs. We're also talking to much larger CEXs as well. Once we launch, we've already started giving them the Explorer traction and all that kind of stuff. So you start to expand your access to L1X coin across multiple different CEXs as we add more on. You're now going to get access from L1X coin on the native chain, right, through the swap mechanism, which will be buying it on the L1X chain. But also as we grow the partnerships with these DEXs and DeFi protocols on other chains, you're now going to start to be able to buy it on any other chain as well. So access to L1X coin will be on multiple chains and on multiple DEXs, which I think for us makes sense, right?
Yeah, it's a game changer, that, isn't it? Because like in the not too distant future, like L1X will be on DEXs of DEXs on different chains what people are already using. So
and I think this is how, and there's multiple ways it could work, but potentially it could also work like where we provide liquidity on the DEXs, we build that relationship up, we open up the cross-chain swaps, we open up the DEX, L1 DEX builds their DEX, they can see this is all happening, and then you can almost put this in reverse where now the DEXs provide liquidity to us, right? So where you've got liquidity on DEXs, some of it's capital efficient, some of it's not. Some of it's in a pair, some of it's locked, some of it's in single staking. Where if we can provide an opportunity to make their liquidity even more capital efficient, so now, and we've built that relationship because we're already providing liquidity to them, then it starts to become, we start to build these partnerships up with them providing liquidity for the cross-chain swaps as well. And so it's a two-way partnership where we provide liquidity and they provide liquidity to the cross-chain. And that's how we want to kind of build these partnerships up with the DEXs. Because that once you have liquidity, like once you've got enough liquidity on the cross-chain swaps, like now you have fast, cheap, and you've got plenty of liquidity on there, and we'll continue to add chains. I think the cross-chain swap is probably one of the most obvious use cases we can start to highlight and really build out because it's the thing that most people do. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the opportunity initially within DeFi, the opportunity in gaming. We're still keeping an extremely good relationship with OnChain. I know we've got the AMA with them. And OnChain, we're expanding beyond and starting now to talk to other partners in the digital identity space outside of Turkey. And we're working with them to expand that. And so I think, you've got all these different mindsets within crypto. You've got the short term, the medium term, and the long term mindset. I think with L1X, and when I look at the short term, the mid term, and the long term, in terms of the adoption of the tech, there's opportunity in all three of those. But I think once you add the short term, the medium term, and the long term stakes starts to take hold, and when I'm talking long term, I'm thinking of things like digital identity across blockchains that are owned by nations that need interconnectivity. I'm thinking, institutions that require a fast, cheap, safe access to assets and users, whether it be Bitcoin or whether it be multiple different users that they want to access for their for whatever their products are. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about it. And I suppose what gives everyone confidence in the internal team, which can translate to confidence in the community. The tech is there. We have the tech. The tech is indisputably unique. It's better on so many levels. And then now the next phase, when with us opening up and getting out into the wild, let's show what this tech can do with applications built on top of it.
Yeah, and do you know what's exciting there? Like you're talking like it's a blockchain, it's Web3, but what you're getting excited about there is like the Web2 integration, real world applications outside of what's traditionally in this Web3 bubble we're in. It's like proper Web2 connectivity with real companies, institutions, governments, countries. It's that's on another level, isn't it?
I've got a question for you guys and the listeners as well. I was thinking about this the other night, just because obviously I've got nothing else to do, but I was thinking about this the other night, and I was thinking of we've now created this ecosystem of interconnected blockchains, right? So we've got Ethereum, Solana, BNB, Avax, Polygon, Matic, Fantom, Arbitrum, was it Optimism, and we're adding the Bitcoin network, right? So what should we call that ecosystem, right? And we've got our layer 1x, because is that the Web3x ecosystem? What is the name of those? Because those chains now are part of an ecosystem where information can flow freely, right? Assets, value, smart contracts.
You could call it you decide.
Just stick with X.
No,
you decide.
If you think,
decide.
And
that's actually my business name, and I'll hand it to you because I won't need it.
I mean, if you think about Polkadot, right? Polkadot has got parachains, and if you think Layer 1x is like Polkadot, and the parachains are like every blockchain that comes on board, so I just call it X chain. You got parachain because X is the theme, isn't it? Or cross. I mean, it's weird, isn't it? Because you've got cross chain, which it is cross chain, but it's like X chain is like bringing in the X of Layer 1x, and kind of basically when people understand what a parachain is with Polkadot, Layer 1x is Polkadot, and every blockchain have the parachain.
I'm thinking too down the track, right? When because this has the potential to become the new internet, right? Interconnected chains which are borderless, right? So I'm thinking to that point, mass adoption. What is this technology and what is this interconnected?
Yeah. So like so you're like thinking of the new internet.
Is it interchain Web3? What is this ecosystem that how I can see it? What is this ecosystem that every blockchain will want to be knocking down the door to get into, right? Because it's now an interconnected web of blockchains where you can fly. We can flow information and value anywhere. And it's starting with these chains, but it only continue to grow.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You got like so what are we in now? We're in like Web3. So I don't know.
Yeah, see, Andrew Signal says WebX, right? It could be WebX. It could be Web3X. It could be, whatever that is. But what is, I was just pondering this the other night because I kind of almost feel this, this exclusive sort of, not exclusive, but this really highly efficient ecosystem of blockchains that would continue to grow. What is that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a funny one, isn't it? Because it's like the thing is, Web3 was coined by community, weren't it? I don't know who it was who coined Web3 from Web2, but like it is this new internet it's going to be called something on it. Someone's going to name it. Someone's going to give it that next. Because I know they go Web3 and Web4, but like if you can coin it yourself, WebX is pretty cool.
What about Cell 3?
Cell as in CELL or
Yeah, it sounds like we're in prison now.
Cell Block 3.
Cell Block 3. Yeah, no, maybe not that one.
Yeah. But I was only thinking about that because it's, you know, it is like, as you say, Mark, it's like a parachain ecosystem, but it's not restricted to chains that have to become a parachain. They have to integrate into this parachain network. It's chains remaining and staying as themselves, but we're basically now connecting them all up into this ecosystem. I see that ecosystem as well, almost, well, like I said before, it has the potential now to become the new sort of internet, right? Because one thing between blockchain and internet at the moment is that the siloed nature of blockchains limits that. You can't really call, you know, this fragmented one. Give me 1 second, guys. This might be my call. Gentlemen, I'm going to have to leave you with that, but I'm going to pop back in. I'll pop back in later on my time this afternoon, this evening. But I think you're doing an awesome thing. I think, you know, looking forward to launch. You know, I think it's going to be exciting. Mark, great job in putting this all together.
Thanks for coming on board.
Yeah.
No, I'll pop in again, guys. Take care of yourselves, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, everybody.
No, appreciate
See
you.
you,
Thanks, man. Bye, Machi.
Thank you,
Cheers,
sir.
And that
was awesome.
That was a pretty decent little insight there, isn't it? Like having
we'll get Kevin for it 1 minute. Wonder if Kevin has 1 minute.
Yeah. Having the LP on them on the different dexes.
Yeah,
a lot of
I say everything needs. I don't care. Web this, web that. No, just L1X. Period. My thing
just
is
L1X. L1X. Yeah.
That's it. My thing is, I'm looking
X
at
chain
this
was
as
good.
an operating system almost. We're not going to need our computer
You know-
anymore. Goodbye Microsoft and goodbye Apple because of blockchain technology. From what I have been reading into, that's what I'm seeing coming. So you're just
don't
going to
really
have
want to.
Linux. You load up Linux and you're going to put on a L1X web page, and that's it. That's your wallet, and that's all your medical information. And you'll have all these space cards, right? This is what I'm seeing. And here's my medical. Here's my banking. Here's my social media. Here's my whatever, right? My videos. This is what I'm seeing. This is tremendous. And this is I don't care about this EMP and L1X bumping heads saying, no, we don't like this. But they're being nice, and that's cool. Don't FUD. Do not FUD over this. This is
I
not
see Kiko Walker rocking.
smart. Huh?
yeah.
I see Kiko Walker rocking with sound music.
He's getting the vibe on. He's getting the vibe on. I think there's a lot to unpack there, isn't there? I think you could probably re-listen to what he said a few times to kind of digest what he just said, because there was a lot there mentioned that probably is real alpha that no one knew about.
Which car is that, LMFG?
Excuse me?
Which car is that behind you? Is that a car?
Mrs. Good's car. That's Patricia's. My truck's outside. It doesn't get in the garage. Yeah, oh, this is my man cave. It's a airport.
Yeah, I thought you were in like an underground bunker or something.
This thing can handle 160 mile an hour winds, man. I bought the house, and then I spent 20 grand in the backyard putting this thing up. I cleared out a bunch of land, and I put this thing up. It was my son, my nephew, and two of my buddies. It took us a weekend. One weekend. It's a 25 by 30 building, you know. It's got a huge door, you know. You know, and then once my buddies left and everybody left, me and my son did all the electrical. I got another network out here, of course. It's called the
How
Garage
many
Network.
cars do you have? How many cars do you have?
Only two.
Only two.
My wife's car, and then I have a 2005 pickup truck.
Yeah, nice. Like Wolf Creek, eh?
1,000 miles. Huh?
Like Wolf Creek. Wolf Creek?
Wolf Craig?
Creek. Wolf Creek, like the F trucks.
Yeah, it's an F-150, but it's
Yeah,
a heavy.
nice.
Duty. It's a heavy duty one, so it has like 10,000 pounds towing capacity. It's real fast. It's cool.
Oh, I need my new house needs a 10-car garage. I've got too many cars.
Wow. I just want to get a 71 442 in here and rip it apart and rebuild it.
I've got an old.
Your garage is a tiny airport.
My fingers are crossed. I'm gonna get one.
I got the old. I got a little Cortina with a 347 Windsor in it.
Okay.
And that goes all right.
Yeah. No, and this is a good car right here. This is a Nissan Murano, right?
Yeah.
Nissan.
I like the Nissan.
Pay attention to this. The motor in
What's
this
the
car,
horsepower?
it's like 260 horsepower and about this and a little bit or the same in torque, but I'm getting 28 miles a gallon. It's all-wheel drive, and has everything. It has sonar on it. Not only does it has
Can
radar.
you go underwater?
Sonar. Huh?
You can go underwater.
No. No, you got maybe a couple inches. My truck would be good for about 10 inches of water.
Yeah.
Thing, it would be dead, you know. And everybody in with these electric cars, whatever you do not buy an electric car. And if you did already, use your head, really dive into this and get rid of it.
Go back to the carby.
In the United States right now, it's horrible. What the insurance companies, I worked for an insurance company for about 12 years. So I follow that stuff still now. They are going after like 300% increases on auto insurance if you have an electric car because of the fire. Once you get just a little dent in one of these electric cars, right now they're coming up with all these laws. And I believe over in Europe and Argentina, they're already coming up with laws that you can't put an electric car into one of their parking decks. Because if one of these things go on fire, they burn it like 4,500 degrees, and you can't put it out. Water doesn't put it out. Water, there's a place in California, they have big dumpsters and a crane. So they'll pull up and they'll take your car that's on fire and they'll put it into the dumpster of water.
Yeah.
That's a business.
And someone says if you get a flat tire, you don't have a spare. You got to call Elon Musk, and he brings one out.
Yep. Yep, because you can't handle that weight.
Yeah,
that weight kills the range.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna show this. Someone wants to see the calculator. I think it was Con. Yeah, we can get but I'm not sure.
Get the calculator out again.
I was gonna reply to someone, but I went to reply and it actually deleted them. It deleted the message, which is a bit of a bummer. So if you pop back in the chat and you just post again, unless I've banned you, I added to the blacklist of the stream. I hope not. I don't know how to get that back up either, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. Where are we? I'm just going to go to the restream a second and see if I can check out the blacklist is. So right, the L1X app, go into the reward calculator. If you've got different nodes, like if you've got a full validator node, so what I mean, it doesn't make any difference to the calculation, but like it says here, there's 80 in circulation, but if you're at the very end where there's 800, it doesn't change anything, but just so you can see it.
It doesn't change the numbers, eh?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Could you zoom
change
the screen, please?
What? Sorry.
Can you please zoom the screen?
Can you go a bit bigger?
Oh, sorry. Hang on.
I needed spectacles.
Is that better?
I zoomed in.
Hang on, I'll get the telescope out.
Well, hang on. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just go full screen. So.
Yeah, it's better.
Oh, that's better.
Whoa, that's big.
Yeah. So like if you've got one full validator node, and just so you can see, like if I go down to day one, like if I go down to April, and then you do one full validator node, and then you put in a $5 you put in a $5 L1X, then that's going to give you $190,000 rewards, which is 38,000 L1X over the course.
$5.
Over the course of 12 months. That's at $5, and just so.
What are you getting? You're getting what was it? What do you get a day? You get what's it say there in one day?
$522 a day.
That's all right.
7 days a week. $522.
You're getting like 100 L1X a day.
Yeah.
What happens if you had 5 event listener nodes?
Well, I just want to drop this. So if you go back to March 2025, so you've got all 800. Like you see here, nothing. Well, I'll do calculate again.
Yeah, that's good.
Like nothing actually
changes. That went down to $10.
Yeah. So
that's good.
So go to event listener nodes. So
if you had 5 of them.
And this is what I need clarity on. I was going to ask Matthew about it, but because he had to dart off. So if you had five event listener nodes at the same everything else, I've not put the hosting in because that's only $100 a month. But $5 an L1X with 5 event listener nodes. So that'd give you $106,000. So 21,000 L1X over a year.
And that's still $300 a day.
Yeah, $300 a day by having five event listener nodes, and that is like $300 a day. That's including like weekends too. So, if you earn $300 a day, you have Saturday and Sunday off, and obviously if you're ill, you don't get paid. If you go on holiday, you don't get paid. This thing is a machine.
This thing just gets you paid.
Yeah, doesn't matter if you're sick. Doesn't matter if you want a holiday. You're still getting $300 a day, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365.
Yeah.
So pretty darn impressive. And if you think about a $5 L1X, this is basically being as conservative as you can be. Because if you think about it, right, L1X at $5 is a 10x. So that's just saying, like, Layer 1X, the most innovative blockchain that exists, is only going to
10x.
Is only going to go to a $220 million market cap. That's it.
Is that what it would be at that market cap?
Yeah, well, $5. It's only it's a 10x. It's a 10x in it. I mean, even if it launched at a $25 million market cap, that's 250 million.
My thing is, I believe in the next 3-4 years, I think we're going to see L1X at $250 to $500. And here's the thing: if not, then L1X is history, and they failed. One or the other. It's a layer 1. That's it. And within 5 years, any layer 1 that survives, they're gonna calm down, and it's just gonna level out at about $250 to $500. That's my prediction. I from everything that I know and read, this is how I feel 100%, guys. And I've dived into this shit like there's no tomorrow, you know. And you got to realize what I digital electronic engineering back in the 70s. I went to that school of construction.
I was just seeing where the background noise were coming from. Sorry, your audio's gone really funny, LMFG. I don't know what's happened. I had music, and then the music went, and then you went quiet, and then now you've come back.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
All right. What should we tag? What sort of things should we do, Crypto Psycho, to help share it?
Yeah, so give me a sec. I'm just gonna go off camera a sec. I'm just gonna put a post out, get Canva, get a new piece of artwork put out for day 2, and then gonna push that out and get it reshared. So I'll be 2 ticks.
No worries. So you haven't watched Wolf Creek LMFG?
Nah, I'm not one for TV.
Yeah, I suppose that.
I'm in the garage. I got no TV out here.
You'd probably like it with the truck in it.
That's good. It was fun. It was good, I'll tell you.
Wonder what it's going to do on launch day. What do we have a time of the actual launch on the day?
They did, yeah. They said
9 o'clock or.
I think they posted a UTC time. I'm not positive though.
Yeah, there's a live AMA at 9 o'clock or something. I don't know the actual launch, but